once people get their first home, turn it into like an Airbnb
so they can help pay for their current home, the other homes, and we have to raise the interest rates at the bank. And
I wish I had a nice place to sleep. Dude, I got you a nice sick bed of grass right here. What more could you want? Gave him a nice bed of grass to lay on. That's where Pokemon live. That's normal. Now he wants human furniture. Next he's gonna want a roof over his head too. And then once Bulbasaur gets a hay bed, then Squirtle's gonna want a hay bed. And then everyone on the island wants a hay bed. And then once everyone has their hay bed, Bulbasaur isn't gonna think he's cool anymore. And he's gonna want a real human bed with a mattress. And everyone else is gonna want the cool bed that Bulbasaur had. And then they're all gonna have 9 to 5s. Of course, they're gonna want to buy like houses and stuff. And then we're gonna have to open a bank to give them loans because they're not gonna be able to afford the kind of houses they want on their own. But then, of course, once more Pokemon start moving to the island, it's a simple like supply and demand graph. And we're just not gonna have enough land for everyone. So then we have to charge them more for the homes. But then once people get their first home, of course, they're probably gonna want like a second home and then turn it into like an Airbnb just to make a little extra money so they can help pay for their current home. But then that's just going to drive up the prices the other home, so then we have to raise the interest rates at the bank. And once again, if you give a mouse a cookie, and then it's just going to be like real life. And then, you know, that's just what happens when you try to build a society, and then it's going to suck.